This week has been the culmination of about 2 years of trying to get something to fly that I could put a GoPro camera on so I could get some nice aerial shots of us all riding. And believe it or not, I'm getting close at long last. So there'll be hopefully some test shots of that in the next couple weeks. But in the meantime, learning about flying these unmanned aerial vehicles taught me how I might be able to do something else I've wanted to do for a long time. So I went over to a friend's house who's very involved in drones and unmanned flight, and he writes software that's used to fly RC models, stabilize them, make them do all sorts of cool things. And I told him about how I wanted to have a camera that would stay level, like they use in the races. So took him about 3 minutes to pull some pieces together on his desk and to show me how the board I'd been using to fly a quadcopter that I have, this board can fly planes as well, could be used just to level a camera. So I went out and got the parts and I put it together, and here's the result. So if you have a look in this little white case here, you'll see that I've got the board, which is called an APM, and that was an open source hardware project by a group called DIY-drones.com, I believe, if you want to have a look at that. And that's what I have in my quadcopter, and I might put in helicopters and planes as well. And that device, when loaded with the software, can fly a plane basically anywhere you want it to go. You pick points on Google Maps and you can make it do circuits, or you can also have it stabilize it or return to base if it gets out of control, and all sorts of cool things. Anyway, that's what's in the white case there. And so it's a little bit like using a Ferrari to go down to the shops to use this just to level a camera, but it works extremely well. Also in the case in the lid there, you'll notice there's a GPS. That little square chip is a 3D robotics GPS. And that's to let the software know when the bike is turning a corner, because apparently the direction of gravity changes. The software needs to know that and can make the roll smoother if it knows that the bike is actually turning a corner. So that was pretty cool. That board that's on there has all sorts of cool things like a barometer, compass, gyro, what else? Accelerometer, you name it, it's got it. But in this case, we're basically, I guess, just using the gyro, maybe the compass. And then the GPS is added onto it, as I just said. So, you whack all that into a little case along with a battery, which you can see I have in there. And that will drive a servo. And that servo is attached to a camera platform that's on a pivot. And I've hooked my GoPro to that. And here's what it looks like. So, what do you say we take it for a ride and see what we get? Because the idea is when the bike leans, the camera will stay level and give you a much different perspective than if the camera leans over with you. So what I've done here is I've mounted 2 GoPros. One that's going to be on the leveling device and stay level as I turn, and the other which is going to roll with the bike. Now unfortunately I didn't set the 2 GoPros to the same mode, so it looks a little bit funny, but let's have a look and see how it worked. I think you'll like it. I'm pretty impressed myself, and I'm really looking forward to adding this device to my bag of video tricks. So there you have it. That's what I've been up to for the last couple weeks. Cheers.